And the first one is called A Far and Pure Wilderness. We used to call them head trips when April's sunlight on the grass in all its pure intensity struck us into resonance. Breathing in its vibration, I was on a high, self-opening with you, learning the first flush of beauty in the grass. Before, our wonderful families drove us to weed or hash. Before the first psychedelics, before the first comings of puberty stung and strung us up into the teendom of cool that was still as interesting as dysentery. This was letting the ocean of the atmosphere pour through our eyes and through our brains and lungs, till our tongues could translate sky, till the day I felt your spirit reach out, like an actual body to another, like one wave tapping its brother. I was shocked seeing you still over there, but in a sky place in your mind, smiling like I'm not coming down. And you waited so patiently till I followed you there. And this is called Transcendental Meditation in Mr. Rissinger's 8th grade science class. And there are several voices in here. There's my friend Charla, who made me her guinea pig, and there's the science teacher. And me. You want to be my guinea pig? All you got to do is lie on the lab table and I'll teach you TM. My friend Charla implored with such intent, womanly eyes. The next thing I knew, I was hearing the class twist leftwards in all those right-handed desk chairs to watch me stiffly lie down. Her voice surprised me. It sounded so smooth as she told every muscle in me, from my feet to my face, to gradually release. Flipping slowly through her note cards, she painted this scene for me. You're hovering above a light green valley, a river, shaking sun across its waves, grassy banks dabbed with violets and orange-white flowers, fragrant buds in the trees, luminous clouds and streaming sun. She put me at peace as planned, but when she said, "You feel you can go anywhere you want," her note cards got stuck together. Oops, you can go anywhere you want. That was the last thing I heard. The fake valley was gone, and my class, the table, the teacher, and my body were elsewhere. I felt like doors opening and blowing apart like curtains, yet I was walking a wide desert plain on a narrow path into the bright red sun, just over the horizon aglow with orange and violet and deep blues, feeling that who I was there was not who I was here. The alkali floor was cracked hard and warm, but the slight wind comforted me along the trek. And I was not alone. On my right was a woman or man in a hooded robe, someone I had never seen, yet knew well somehow. If I could only see. I felt the face would have been so calm because the peace I felt then was so much deeper than I was. It comforted me just to know such ways to feel could be, needing no words, no desires. I was free. The sky and dust were all I wanted. I began to see her face, began to see who she was, to feel how she felt. I would have stayed out there with her forever, but Mr. Rissinger prodded me, shouting so hard in my ear it ached, "Jeff, snap out of it!" "Ah!" I yelled, startled by the pain. Then Charla asked with deep concern, "Where did you go? You were out for 20 minutes. After I told it all, Mr. Rissinger stammered, hypothesizing quite creatively for once. Malfunctioning neurons must have induced a vivid kind of dream. Jeff was sleeping, probably, but it wasn't verifiable. It wasn't even TM. It was not a trance. He propounded without persuading. The bell rang and everyone scrammed except Rissinger, whose hard frown drooped under his dark mustache. "Were you faking, Jeff?" I swear it happened. He closed in, his face one great glare. "Would you swear you were telling the truth?" I practically heard his hard science head etching F in his fat black grade book by our names, but I still had to say, I just did. Supremely annoyed, he stalked out. Charlotte laughed nervously. Jeff, I just remembered, I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but everyone saw. So I ought to tell you, you were standing out a lot. Her eyes fell away, suddenly coy. I was mystified. I mean, for a while you got an erection. What do you mean, everyone? I think that's why Rissinger believed you. Oh no! What do you mean, for a while? She gently prodded me toward the door. 20 minutes, maybe? Oh no! You were outstanding, she smirked and burst out laughing. I didn't know you had such a big talent. So, that was 8th grade. This next one is called Elation Variations, and it's actually about the previous experience, but it's kind of from a more philosophical point of view. And the way the poem works is there's a top half and a bottom half, and then the two halves become the left half and the right half, so the same poem. And then I'm going to read the top half and the bottom half, and then the left half and the right half in sequence, and it will still make sense. In fact, it'll make more sense the way that it shouldn't make sense than it did the way that it should make sense. Deep in the body, near the thickest vertebrae, the gates of the sexual open, where the self can leave when the cosmos comes in, flooding over the edges of self with warm and awful ego death, sundering the self at its most vibrant moment, clinging to its dissipating, even if only for an instant, to be pure. And when elations come to a self held so tenderly that it slips its husk before it learns it can't trip and trance, untethered from flesh, the body catches on and surrenders every place a body has to know the sublime through human roots, without even grasping what's come, as if it were sex. And when elations come deep in the body to a self held so tenderly, near the thickest vertebrae, that it slips its husk, the gates of the sexual open, before it learns it can't, where the self can leave, trip and trance, when the cosmos comes in, untethered from flesh, flooding over the edges of self, the body catches on with warm and awful ego death, and surrenders every place, sundering the self a body has, at its most vibrant, to know the sublime moment through human roots, clinging to without even its dissipating, grasping what's come, even if only as if for an instant it were sex to be pure. And I'm going to read a really short one from Invisible Sister. This is one of the prologues, and this is a flashback inside of a memory, so it kind of starts in the 8th grade and goes back to 4th grade because there's not enough stuff about 4th grade. And this is called Sex Ed Blues. I'm the wrong person in the picture. The caption says, "Winners of the Spelling Bee." And the girls smiling at me during the shoot are saying I'm cute, but I can't believe it. I'm 13, I'm not white, I'm unthinkable. I'm thinking I could get killed for smiling back because in 4th grade, when Laura asked me to kiss her, her boyfriend threw me across the floor into her wood-backed steel tube chair, and ironically, as I struggled up, my head bumped under her seat, and her dress fell over my head. And then, in the light blue confusion off balance, I bumped into the soft white patch printed with little flowers. And she squealed, embarrassed, pushing my head down while I tried to stand, till we tumbled over. And when I knew where my face was, my mouth dropped open on the most wrong of all places. I was about to be killed at 9. I struggled to get up again, but she cried my name out, laughing as she slid her whiteness away, and I came out from under her blue, her face flushed bright red. "Why'd you open your mouth there?" It was an accident. It felt good. I looked at her boyfriend, and our eyes met, astonished. And I'm going to read something that I almost never read, and it's called The Lambs. This also is an early childhood thing. The love that is most unforeseen, unpreventable, incorrect, rains around you like fog exploding into blossoms, like slow-motion bombs, erasing a city's streets, in the time of love that was never a place. Yet she comes, the love, before you can discriminate or even discern who or what to love, let alone how. At first, you love the lamb you feed as a child, nursing its plump musk warmth, a baby bobble in its hungry mouth, dribbling milk across the glaciers of soiled newspapers where you slide and run across the whole basement floor, chasing his bright wool. But then you never foresee the night you ask, "Where is he?" And your mother will show you guts in a freezer bag, pressing your hand onto the frost, stinging your skin with its blood ice, making you cry, tears that splash into lenses in that snow, showing through the plastic the blood, body, and screams of, "Where is he? We slaughtered him, this is him." But you can't be dead. It's done. There was a fall before that winter's broken tongues, when we ran with our lambs. They were brothers, before mine was also killed. And your mother almost hit me for crying. If only that fall came again, or comes again. If only there were a someday to come when we could. If only. I heard the ghost coo out over a woman silent sleeping. I heard her husband's even breathing, and I was in another child's bed, yours, just a thin door away, where I worried into sleep, no shouting, screaming, laughing, not even tree leaves rattling or beams creaking, no sound but her cooing, crying, piercing and sighing, making the darkness into endless fields. The dawn with its running waters, ringing machines, and revving motors over the hills, flaring green and icy mirrors to the frost-light sun came, and I saw the sheep rising to a standstill, still damp with dew drugged on their feet, like ancient addicts staring, but I can only think of them as if they were still promised the milk of infancy. In a train's cafe car, a drunk man takes my hand, timid at first, but he ventures, "Brother, you a minority. I'm a minority. We both gods. We all gods. He made us, all of us." He laughs, but his wife doesn't. I'm afraid he may cry right there, but the train rocks and he knocks his beer over the table. He dodges the dripping puddle. I hand over a fistful of napkins. So many years have slid by, I can't tell you any more what happened or why. I only remember once there was a time of love, though never a place, when we weren't islands in the sea of newspapers, the children nursing animals and animals cradling innocence. There is no knowing in the end but what we love, and the fact that we love escapes us. That is, until she comes again, the love that grieves to such extremes. Her sky is a rapture of pain, like Mary's over a forgotten God, her rain erasing every once beautiful thing of earth but one.